In 2003, I was very fortunate to find my mentor, Mr. Jerry Choa of ProFriends, an up-and-coming real estate developer, but now one of the biggest real estate companies in the Philippines. He taught me everything I needed to know to become a real estate developer. In 2008, a year before I got married, I had enough money to buy a small house. But instead of buying a house, I decided to put that money and invest it in a small condominium project. I was also hoping to make enough money to retain one unit for me and my family. That's where we community developers started. So my first project was First Baron Residences, a 7-story, 30-unit high-end condominium project in San Juan City. Looking back now, that was the hardest project to develop. When I did my first project, I employed only one assistant. The biggest problem I encountered was not having someone to bounce ideas with, like I did before in ProFriends. I could do the finance and operation side of the business, but I really needed someone to help me with marketing and sales. More importantly, I wanted to work with people who shared the same values as I did. In 2011, WeeComm got his first partner. His name is Christian Yap, more popularly known as Per Yap. He was a genius in marketing and sales, and when he came to the company, we were able to sell out our second and third projects easily. And he made buying a WeeComm unit cool and hip. In 2013, Carson, his 3 brothers, joined us, and Carson is someone I knew before from ProFriends. He was one of the brilliant project directors then. Carter was an architect, a very creative and passionate architect. Carvin was a seasoned accountant, and Carlo was great in marketing and sales. Per also brought in Mikey Cruz, who helped us handle operations and HR. The team was finally complete.
I never believe people who say that their success was ultimately due to their own work alone or a self-made man concept. If you really want to grow, you want to touch more lives. That's where I'm very thankful for with WeeComm. Mr. Cesar, took me in 5 years ago. As I've always said, it was the lowest point of my life. And I was eager to prove myself. And what he did for me left a very lasting mark. It's something that I also want to share with other people of our company. If you want to prove yourself, you're hungry to learn, you're humble enough to accept that there are things that you do not understand, the company is willing to teach, the company is willing to give you the break that you need.
We launched our first development in Quezon City called the Center Residences. In 2016, having added new partners, Toffee Valenzuela and Paolo Chua, we were able to expand to Davao and Iloilo.
As we tap more areas and reach out to other locations of the Philippines, we start to meet new business partners who eventually become friends. I think you can look at it as something, a reversal of roles. Right? When we started this company, it's a group of friends wanting to do a business together. Now, as we move forward, it's actually people approaching our company, asking if we can start a business together. And the best part there is, after all the business stuff has been discussed, we actually end up as good friends.
To all of our business partners, the success and growth of WeeComm would not have been possible without all of your help. Thank you for being part of this journey in providing beyond ordinary homes to everyone. Thank you.
We have several projects lined up. For Manila, we just turned over our 25-story residential mixed condotel project in Quezon City last year. This year, we will be turning over our Barron Tower project. Last year, it was our biggest project to date. It's our 30-story high-rise condo in San Juan. And these two projects were challenging, of course, but we're happy to say that within the year, we're done with those two projects. So we move on to the next thing. We recently launched our project in Mandaluyong. It's a 900-unit project that caters to people working in Makati but cannot actually afford buying houses in Makati. I think that's key. When we launched it last May, then by end of September, we're launching our second Manila project, this time in Fairview. Again, it caters to the middle-class Filipino worker. We want to upgrade the type of housing that they can afford. And by hitting the 2 million to 2.5 market, I think that's a sweet spot.
Since I started selling mostly to friends, the idea was simple. I would only build homes that I myself would personally live in or invest in. Our philosophy was not just a home for every Filipino, but a home that you can be proud of. Until now, that is still our vision to create homes that are beyond ordinary.
I'm very happy about, I see our people growing from staff level to officer level. From officers, they now head their departments. And the wealth of experience we gain from all of these exercises have been tremendous.
When we started WeeComm in 2008, WeeComm only had one employee. It was very hard that time. It was a very difficult process of doing that business. But now we have 80 employees in Metro Manila, another 30 in Iloilo and Davao. WeeComm has now grown, and the strength of WeeComm is really its people. WeeComm would have not been this big without everyone's help. For me and my partners, thank you to everyone, and happy 10th year to all of us.
I challenge the other employees here to also plan for your own future. See how the company can be a part of it. And ultimately, I always say that WeeComm thrives to be a family. And what's family? Family, in a sense, is a group of individuals having their own separate aspirations, but they're bound by one goal. They go through the ups and downs of life. And thank you again. Thank you very much.